Blood on the Dance Floor: The Turbulent Tale of Drake and Chris Brown's Infamous Feud. It was a hot summer evening in 2012, and the city was buzzing with excitement. The nightclub, W.i.P, was the place to be, and the who's who of the music industry had gathered to see and be seen. Drake, the rising rap star, had arrived at the club with his entourage, ready to party the night away. But little did he know, the night would end in a bloody brawl, one that would make headlines around the world. As Drake and his crew made their way to the VIP section, they were met with a familiar face: Chris Brown. The R&B singer had a reputation for being hot-headed, and the tension between him and Drake was palpable. The two had a long-standing feud, one that had been simmering for months. It had started with a series of subtle jabs on Twitter, but had quickly escalated into a full-blown war of words. Drake had made it clear that he was not a fan of Brown's music, and had even gone so far as to call him out for his past behavior. Brown, on the other hand, had taken umbrage with Drake's comments, and had vowed to take him down. As the night wore on, the tension between the two continued to build. They exchanged heated words, their voices rising above the din of the music. It was clear that things were about to get out of hand. And then, without warning, a bottle came flying through the air, shattering on the floor just inches from Drake's feet. The club erupted into chaos, with patrons screaming and running for cover. Drake's entourage quickly sprang into action, forming a protective shield around him as they made their way out of the club. Brown, on the other hand, was left standing alone, his face twisted in a snarl of rage. The aftermath of the brawl was intense. Both Drake and Brown were questioned by police, and several members of their entourages were arrested. The incident sparked a heated debate about violence in the music industry, with many calling for greater accountability from artists and the teams. In the end, the feud between Drake and Chris Brown would never be fully resolved. The two would continue to exchange barbs on social media, and the fans would remain fiercely divided. But as the years went by, Drake would emerge as the clear winner. His music would continue to dominate the charts, and he would become one of the most successful rappers of all time. Brown, on the other hand, would struggle to regain his footing. His music would never quite reach the same level of success, and his personal life would continue to be marred by controversy and scandal. In the end, the feud between Drake and Chris Brown would serve as a cautionary tale about the dangers of ego and the importance of humility. It would remind us that even the most successful among us can fall victim to our own pride and arrogance. And it would leave us wondering what could have been if only Drake and Chris Brown had been able to put the differences aside and work towards a more positive and uplifting goal. The incident would also raise questions about the role of social media in fueling celebrity feuds. Had the two men been able to resolve the differences in private, rather than airing the grievances on Twitter and Instagram, might the outcome have been different? As the years went by, Drake would continue to dominate the music industry, releasing hit after hit and breaking record after record. But the memory of that fateful night at W.i.P would never be far from his mind, a reminder of the dangers of ego and the importance of humility. And as for Chris Brown, he would continue to struggle to regain his footing in the music industry. But despite his personal demons and professional setbacks, he would never lose sight of his passion for music, and would continue to create and perform for his devoted fans. In the end, the feud between Drake and Chris Brown would be remembered as a cautionary tale about the dangers of ego and the newfound power and awareness that Taylor and her friends were tapping into.